let's continue with our next video now, in which we are going to look at the collision detection. What happens if it's going to go and say if it's going to go and look at it's going to touch any of the sprites. What sprites are going to touch? First of all, we got the hero sprite. Hero sprite can touch the enemy sprite 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5. They're continuously falling off, and then the hero sprite is moving to left or right. So let's go with no further delay. We're going to go here and then put the codes. So we're going to say here if touching, touching, and then open up the bracket, and then we'll say here HS hero sprite is going to touch ES1 enemy sprite 1. Okay, what happens? Nothing happens. We wanted the enemy sprite 1 to go back from where it came from. Control C, and I'm going to go put that here, Control V. I'm not going to say show sprite and move sprite. Why? Because it's already doing that here. Okay, so let's see if it works with the touching of, if the collision is detected between these two. I would probably go and say here add a score. Definitely, yes, sure. Let's go here, add a score here, SCORE equal to 0, and then I'm gonna go here Windows and write, and then I will have my shell opened here. Run, I'll say here Python shell, and my Python shell is opened here. I want to see what it's going to print. I'm going to say here, and then if it's going to touch there, remember how I created the variable here, score equal to 0 right on top. I'm going to say here score plus equal to 100, and then I wanted to say print, okay, SCORE score. Okay, cool. Let's do this. So run module, and I'm running it. Okay, it says hello and no error. So I'm gonna go touch my first enemy sprite. Boom! Look at that. And then that's my 100. That's my 200. That's my 300. Okay, so that works perfect. So once it's detected the collision, but you know what? The other 4 are actually attacking me. Okay, so if you just think that I'll just leave it there anyway, and actually I'm being attacked by the other 4, so I have to keep on moving left and right and defending myself from all of these enemy ships. So that's my collision detection working perfectly, and it's printing it out. Now we're going to go and put the same codes for the rest of the other sprites as well. Okay, so let's go close that and then go back to our codes, and let's go here, if touching, same thing, Control C, and go here and tab Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Cool. If hero sprite is touching 2, enemy sprite 2, and then enemy sprite 2, and enemy sprite 3, actually 3, and then enemy sprite 3 here, enemy sprite 4, and then enemy sprite 4 here, enemy sprite 5, and then enemy sprite 5 here. Hoo-hoo! We'll go check this, run the module, and then say okay. Okay, cool. Now any of that, go touch, 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 and then look at that, I got, see now they're loading, touch, 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 and then actually I lost there, and touch, 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 and then my score is increasing, 1300, 1400, touch, and then wow, look at that. So the collision is detected. What have we seen so far? In the first video we saw loading the background. In the second one we saw what we saw is we saw in the second video we saw the first video what we saw is we were loading the background, and then we were loading the sprites. Then we learned about the x and y coordinates for the sprites, and then we loaded the first hero sprite and then one enemy sprite and all the enemy sprites. Then we added gravity to the enemy sprites. Then we made the hero sprite move based on the x and y, based on the right and left arrow keys, and now we are printing. The next thing that we wanted to see is each time these enemy ships go and touch your base, you should be losing some points. Alright? So, and also the score system should be seen over here. It should be shown on screen, not actually in the Python shell window. So that's what we're going to be looking in our next video.